What is going on, guys? Today we're going to be talking about 5 players who we thought were going to fall off this year, but came back and bounced back strong, and 5 players we thought were going to do good, and it ended up just flopping. And number 1, someone who saved their career, Russell Wilson. He went out there facing all of this adversity about everything, but then he goes out there and says, I'm not done. The bell hasn't rang yet. And I'm still in this. And I'm going to try and take this team to the playoffs. And he is doing a pretty good job. And really, I think Sean Payton should get lots of this credit for this. And really, the bad start of the season really killed this team, which could be a fun playoff team, which I'm disappointed in. Someone who ruined their careers this year, Dalvin Cook. You go here. You think you have the dream team. You have everything you want here. This is why you go sign the big money. Go to New York, Aaron Rodgers, Jets defense, Garrett Wilson. You think you're going to win the Super Bowl. You end up getting 2.5 yards a carry. Aaron Rodgers blows his Achilles. This team has been disappointed in every way, in every signing with Aaron Rodgers, Dalvin Cook. It's just disappointing right now. And really, what you have to think of, you just paid all this money. You could be paying a young rookie running back when you don't even need a running back when you have Breece Hall. There's really not a point to ever have got him. Number 2 on someone who saved their careers is Za'Darius Smith. I know his stats might not be the best with only 5.5 sacks, but he makes tackles. Maybe not the most, but he will go out there. He'll pressure the quarterback, force him into Myles Garrett. And then if that doesn't happen, Myles Garrett forces him into Za'Darius Smith. This Cleveland Browns team would not be as dominant as a force without Za'Darius Smith, and that's a fact. Someone whose career is over, Mac Jones. I know he's young, and it's very weird and sad, but he was one of the best rookies back in 2021 in his class. But now you look at it, he's one of the worst quarterbacks in that class that was taken. And it's really disappointing. I mean, he doesn't really have that many weapons, but Bailey Zappi looks better than him in his limited amount of starts that we've seen from him. And I honestly think Mac Jones is a career backup. Just good enough to stay in the league, but he isn't bad enough to get out of it. Another guy who saved their career, Matthew Stafford. I mean, you do not think that he goes in here and is playing the way he is and leading the Rams into the playoffs. I mean, the Rams have a chance to really make some noise in the playoffs here. And it would be very disappointing if they don't make the playoffs. And I think they deserve it so very much. You hear all these reports about their top weapons being out. He gets at all this adversity that he's facing. He overcomes it. And he says, like Russell Wilson, the bell has not rang yet. I'm not over. And I'm not going to give up. Someone whose career is over, Miles Sanders. What have you done in this NFL season? This is a disappointment of what you thought Carolina was getting. You thought you was getting 11, 12-yard touchdown season. How many does he have? Maybe 1, averaging 2.5 yards a carry. And you can blame Bryce Young, but it certainly does not help if you don't have a running game for trying to have defensive coordinators to load the box. I mean, look at Houston. They have good running backs. So it takes some pressure off CJ Stroud. Someone whose career they saved, Jadeveon Clowney with the Ravens. He's playing tonight on Monday Night Football. And I expect him to be a difference maker. Like he has been all year. He's a good player. A very good player. We thought he was done after last year in Cleveland. He's still in here. He's not done. He hasn't retired yet because he's playing some good football right now. Someone who I think his career is ruined is Zach Wilson. I think he's in the same case as Mac Jones, career backup. What has he really done in his career? Mike White was better than him last year, and everyone in New York knows it. They brought in Aaron Rodgers. Why do you think they did that? Sure, he's shown lots of flashes through his years, but he could not consistently put those flashes into a full light. That's very disappointing because I think he has all the talent to do it. I think he has the talent, definitely, but it doesn't. Someone whose career is very good, Gardner Minshew. This guy thought, I'm just going to go out in Indianapolis, mentor Anthony Richardson for a year or two. No, he's leading this Colts team into a playoff contender. Out of nowhere, too. Really, everyone thought if the Colts make the playoffs, it's going to be on Anthony Richardson. No, it's on Zach Moss, Jonathan Taylor, and guess who? Gardner Minshew. He's been playing good football. Sure, he hasn't been throwing up MVP numbers, but he's getting the job done, and that's what you need in a playmaking quarterback or just someone who you want to get to the playoffs. Now, a disappointment or a ruined career this year, Devin White. I think he'll make the Hall of Fame. Great overall player. But really, what has he done that's impressive this year? Nothing. Nothing. He's been terrible this year. Really, nothing about him this year has been good. And I think it will continue to stay this way for the rest of his career, unless he can have an amazing career resurgence. I think he's done for. I like him. I wanted Buffalo to get him, but they didn't. That's going to be the video. Make sure to like and subscribe. If you disagree with any of these takes, please comment down below what you think. I make some pretty hot takes, but I'm not an analyst, and I'm guessing you're not either, so no one's going to be perfect. All of these players could have career resurgences, and all of the other players could end up never doing anything else in the NFL. I hope you like this content. Have a great New Year's and a happy holidays.